Well, folks, hold on to your monocles because the Donald's at it again. That's right, he's struck a trade deal with the UK. You remember the UK, right? Our buddies across the pond? Those tea-loving, crumpet-munching, occasionally intelligible folks? They've been waiting for this deal longer than a queue at a Wimbledon final. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, and by that we mean after a heavy Twitter rant, decided to grace the UK with a trade agreement. And this isn't just any old agreement. It's a huge, beautiful, very, very strong deal. At least that's what he keeps tweeting between rounds of golf. But is this deal really all it's cracked up to be? Or is it just another one of Trump's reality show negotiations? Long on spectacle and short on substance? Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're going deep on this one. Let's rewind a bit, shall we? The US and the UK, we go back, like way back. We're talking centuries of shared history, culture, and the occasional awkward family reunion. We're looking at you, Revolutionary War. Trade has always been a big part of our special relationship. We buy their fancy biscuits and even fancier cars. They buy our iPhones and, well, more iPhones. But then, like a bad case of indigestion after a plate full of bangers and mash, things went south. Trump slapped tariffs on UK steel and aluminum. Remember that whole America first thing? Turns out, it meant everyone else second, or third or fourth depending on how much we like you. The UK, understandably miffed, retaliated with tariffs of their own. And just like that, a trade war was brewing. It wasn't pretty. The price of scotch went up. People started hoarding Marmite. It was chaos. Fast forward to now, and we've got ourselves a shiny new trade agreement. So, what's in it? Well, it's complicated, like trying to explain the rules of cricket after a few pints. But here's the gist. The US gets better access to the UK market for things like agricultural products. Think more chlorinated chicken and hormone-fed beef. Yum. The UK, in turn, gets easier access for their cars and financial services. They also get to keep pretending the NHS isn't slowly crumbling under the weight of its own bureaucracy. There are also provisions on digital trade, intellectual property, and a whole bunch of other stuff that'll make your eyes glaze over faster than a plate of spotted dick. But the big question is, will this deal actually make a difference? Will it boost the economies of both countries? Or is it just a band-aid on a bullet wound? A temporary fix for a deeper problem? Here's the thing about trade deals. Someone always wins, and someone always loses. It's like a game of Monopoly, except instead of fake money, we're talking about real jobs, real businesses, and real people's livelihoods. Trump, of course, is claiming this deal is a win-win for both countries. He's been boasting about it non-stop, tweeting about how it's the greatest deal ever made and how it will make America great again. The UK, on the other hand, is being a bit more reserved. They're calling it a good deal, a fair deal, a deal that works for both sides. Classic British understatement. But not everyone's convinced. Critics of the deal, both in the US and the UK, argue that it will benefit big corporations at the expense of small businesses and workers. They worry about lower environmental and labor standards and the potential for job losses in certain sectors. So, who's right? Is this deal a win-win or a lose-lose? Honestly, it's too early to say. The ink on the agreement is barely dry, and the long-term impact remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, this trade deal is a big deal. It's a sign of the changing relationship between the US and the UK, and it could have major implications for the global economy.